The reason why I don't like it is because there are extremes, and Ederson is one extreme in respect of being this unbelievable, is the best on-ball goalkeeper in the world, and Donnarumma in respect to like elite level goalkeepers is one of the worst on-ball goalkeepers in the world. His ball distribution is so bad, Enrique deemed it so bad that Vitinha took goal kicks for him on a consistent basis. That's how bad it is. So I'm not, because I say this and people go, oh, you're overblowing it. Well, no, I have watched a lot of Donnarumma and I know that it was so bad that he did not even take goal kicks on a consistent basis.
Yes. Welcome back to We Are the South Stand. Bit Nobbins slander there. Smash a like for Nobbins. Smash a like for... Where do you stand on this, bro? We're going to debate this a lot, but where do you stand on this? Do you want Donnarumma?
Yeah, I think I do. I've been saying for the past 2 years that we need a new goalkeeper. I know Ederson fits the profile of Pep, and that's why I brought him in. He's been outstanding for City. I've just last couple of years have been a bit of a rumbling. Ederson's been wanting to leave. He's not been happy in Manchester. I don't know how true that is. I mean, obviously, the last few weeks now, it's come across Ederson wasn't even on the bench at Wolves. Trafford played brilliantly.
You know. Apparently, right. So you don't believe in coincidences.
I do.
Apparently,
I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to jump the gun. If you want my 10 pence, I think he's gone.
Yeah.
But I think Donnarumma would take us to that next level. I know he's not fantastic with his feet, but he is a winner. He's won big competitions. For Paris last season, he was unbelievable. And everywhere he's played, he's been unbelievable. And he's only 26 as well. And he's not even hit his prime yet. And he's I just think in the Champions League, I think where the owners want us to be now, we're winning the Champions League on a consistent basis. And I think goalkeepers like him up in big moments will get us there.
Yeah. So you're not a Trafford. What about Trafford?
I think Trafford's had a bit of a raw deal, to be honest with you. I don't know how much. I don't know how much Traff knew about Ederson leaving or wanting to leave, because there's obviously been a promise there that when Ederson leaves, that Traff could be number one at City, and obviously we wouldn't have bought him back for 30 million if that was the case. But how can you can't turn Donnarumma down? In my opinion, you just can't turn that down.
I hear it. I'm swings and roundabouts with this one. Every day. People, smash a like for Niall. You were at the game on Saturday, weren't you?
I was at the game. Yeah, it was impressive. I'm not going to take too much from. It was a brilliant win, but it was against Wolves, who I do think are going to struggle this year.
Yeah.
But it was nice to clean sheet. Nice to see players come out of it unscathed. Cracking with Reinders, by the way. Big shout out for him. Wow.
Yeah.
I said when we signed him, I watched a little bit of AC last year. Of Italian football, and he absolutely smashed it. So I was so confident he was going to be good.
Yeah. Do you know what? He's the one. I know LB said it as well. I think most of us said it. The weird one is the only ones that don't seem aware of him is all of the actual football pundits. It's like he's caught all the football pundits by surprise, but kind of like all of us, just kind of fans.
Yeah.
I think we all knew. But what about Cherky as well?
Cherky is going to be he is going to be unbelievable. I have never seen a player so elegant on the ball. I mean, the 1-2 he played for his goal on Saturday, it was like he made that hole himself.
Yeah.
He's going to be our little
even
wild
the touch, by the way, even the first touch as well, the way he brought it down. I'm pretty certain he sent someone to the shops first, then a little 1-2.
I think he's going to do that to a lot of defenders this year, send them to the shops.
Yeah.
He is going to be our little wild card this year, and I don't know how Leon have let him go for 20-odd million to us. I'll never know. But he is going to be our little wild card this year. And I love the way, like you mentioned the pundits before, I love the way that no one's mentioning us. And I like it.
Yeah.
I like it that way.
Well, here's the thing, right? So all summer, people have been saying that City have lost their fear factor, right? One game, 4-0 win, and all of a sudden everyone's going, "Oh fucking hell, City are back!" And it's like, I've been saying this whole City have lost their fear factor thing.
Yeah.
A year ago, everyone thought Liverpool were going to finish outside of the top 4, right?
Yeah.
Things in football change very quickly, and I think Neville's already being asked if he wants to review his. He predicted City, I think, to finish 4th. I think he's already. I think he's already been asked. Are you sure you don't want to change that? But right, people, what we're going to try and do today is we're going to try and break down this whole Donnarumma, Rodrygo, Savio, Ederson. Now throw a Kanji in the mixer. Galatasaray, Fabrizio Romano, right? Is Fabrizio Romano using our football club, right? Let me just show you something. Bear with me. This is where I have to get technical. Where is... Hold on a second. Where's it gone? Right, let me move this over here a second and get... Right. Let me just share my screen a second. Now, this is Donnarumma's... Sorry, this is Fabrizio Romano's Twitter. Right.
Yeah.
Why is this at the top? Why is this at the top of his Twitter, people? I don't know, man. From the minute that we've been linked with Donnarumma, I've felt like Fabrizio's got an agenda, right? And I could be wrong. But I don't know, this being at the top of his Twitter 2 days ago now.
It almost feels like he's a little bit of a mini agent in a way.
Yeah, that's how it feels to me on this one, right? And I go back and forth with JMC FC, who's in the chat, right? Who I know gets information from City, knows a lot of what's going on at City, and he literally refers to him as the Italian man, right? He won't call him by his name, right? He can't stand him. But I do actually believe a lot of what Fabrizio says, right? But on this one, it does seem like it's such an agenda from Fabrizio. Now, Man City have come out, and the reason is because we're getting conflicting things, right? So this morning, I've read that Manchester City are standing firm and they want to keep Ederson, and the only reason they would sell him is if they get 35 million. Now, from what I've been told, Galatasaray have offered 10 million. Yeah. That is a big difference, right? On a goalkeeper with one, and I'll be honest, 35 million for Ederson with 1 year left, I think is quite a lot. I don't think they'll offer that.
I don't think City will get 35 mil for him. No. I think they're going to say 35 million because I think Donnarumma is going to cost 35 million. I don't want to break even on a goalkeeper.
Yeah. See, I genuinely don't know where I stand on it, right? Because when I look at it, I do think at the same time that a lot of what's going on right now, not just with the Donnarumma thing, but with the Ederson and Donnarumma and with the Savio and Rodrygo thing, I think a lot of this is Viana just being patient and negotiating.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of last-minute business, to be honest with you, this
year. Yeah.
And it's no secret that Pep's come out and said he wants a squad trimmed down. The players in question still are Savinho, Akanji, Ederson, Gundo, and Echeverry's obviously gone.
And Kovacic apparently as well. Oh, and actually another one, Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips as well.
Calvin Phillips to Leeds has legs, right?
I hope for him.
It has legs. It has legs. I mean, it has more legs than Calvin Phillips has. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But generally, it does have legs. I got told a couple of days ago from a Leeds fan, and it was off of someone that gives him a lot of information that they are in talks. It's good to know that Calvin Phillips is still alive. I thought he'd gone missing with Win the Dog, to be honest with you, because I haven't seen him anywhere for quite some time. But that one's got legs. The other one is Kovacic as well, to Saudi. I think it's got legs.
Yeah, Kovacic is still injured at the moment as well, isn't he? So if whoever it is from Saudi are trying to get Kovacic, obviously going to have to have an injured player essentially, maybe for a couple of months. Whether he passes a medical or not is another matter. But in reference to Phillips, he needs a move. For me, I know you said he has legs to go to Leeds, but I think he needs to go down to that level again, like maybe at the Championship, gain his confidence back again at that level, and then come back to the Premier League. I just think that he has lost so much confidence playing for Ipswich.
Yeah.
West Ham was a big one for him.
That West Ham was a stinker. I just see this in the chat, Girona. I can't lie. Calvin Phillips to Girona absolutely stinks. I can't see that, I really can't see that.
Maybe. I mean, there's a point there. Maybe going abroad might help him.
Right. The league is a bit slower, I guess, but I can't see it. Calvin Phillips ain't got the technique for La Liga. No. Not for me. I think he needs to go back. Look, he needs to go back to a home. He needs to go back to Leeds. I can't lie, watching that Leeds Everton game as well on Monday night, I think both teams could do with. Do you know what? So Grealish's brother messaged me after the game saying they need to buy a few players and they need to get him on the pitch quickly.
Yeah, I was shocked because when I was watching the game on Monday, I thought at half time he grabbed his shirt, he went off the warm up at half time. He went off there early. And I thought, he's coming out at half time here.
Yeah.
And he didn't. So it was a bit of a shock, really. He only got 20 minutes.
Yeah,
but he hasn't had pre-season either. He hasn't had the pre-season. So.
No, I guess he's a week or two shorter because of the fact that he was at City. But I don't know. I mean, he's been consistent through all of our training camp. I know he didn't go. Saying that he didn't go to the Club World Cup, so he will be lacking a little bit of fitness. But right, so the other thing this morning is people. I believe it's been reported that Galatasaray have sent somebody over to England to meet with Viana to discuss Akanji. Now, here's where there are conflicting reports. Right. If Galatasaray are so interested in Ederson, right, then why are they sending representatives over here to have a chat about Akanji, right?
Yeah.
Are they sending representatives to talk about both? Do they not have representatives here already speaking with Viana about fucking Ederson, right?
Yeah.
This is where this window is just baffling me, massively baffling me. It don't make sense at all.
The transfer window this summer is, I'd love to know the amount. It must be over £2 billion by Premier League clubs only this summer.
I think
happening next year.
I must be able to find out.
There must be something where clubs this year thought, right, I'm going to spend money this summer. But it just seems to be every team has seemed to have spent a lot of money.
There was something to do with PSR, wasn't there? I'm sure there was something to do with PSR where isn't PSR, people in the chat, you'll probably know this, you're far more educated than me. Am I not right that PSR works on a 3-year cycle? Is it a 3-year? And it renewed on the 1st of July?
Well, unless clubs have been checked out that they're okay PSR wise, because you look at clubs like Man United and Chelsea and you think, how on earth are they spending still the numbers? I saw a list of even with Chelsea, there's 11 players that need to go.
Yeah.
So it's I'm
trying to work this out. So clubs spent 2.36 billion in the 2023. 2023 summer transfer window. Match suspended since. There's been a lot of money, 24, 1.5 billion. So it's not actually, come on. Surely somewhere's got it broke down on how much we've spent so far. Hold on, what's this? No, I don't want to sign in or register BBC. Just let me see the damn news. With 2 weeks to go until the Premier League transfer window closes, clubs are well on course to spend a record amount on new players. Data from footballtransfer.com shows the Premier League clubs have already spent 2.26 billion. So yeah, we've got 0.1 of a billion.
Do you not think with all that as well, like players are completely overpriced now as well? Certain players.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess we'll never know. I mean, for me, it's how much they are worth to the club, I guess.
Yeah, it's because it baffled me when City were linked with Gibbs White, and I saw a price of 65 mil. I thought 65 mil for Gibbs White, like really? You know,
I mean, Savio for me, Savio 70 million euros is quite a lot.
And he's I am an advocate for Savio leaving.
Oh, you are?
Absolutely.
Hold on. Say that again. You're an advocate for him leaving or for him staying?
I wouldn't be crying if he left tomorrow.
Okay. So you're not a fan of Savio, really?
No, he's got the potential. I think in a Pep Guardiola team, he wants to do all the trickery, like same as Doku in a way. I think Doku's got a bit more legs than Savio, but for Savio, for me, he gets himself in dangerous positions, but his output is just not there.
That's where I am with him at the moment.
Yeah, I know he's not been here for a long period of time, but I just think when you get linked with like Rodrygo, for example, you think, oh, that could happen. He would be interested in the City, and he scores in big games. He'd be a difference maker for us in the Champions League. But Savio, for me, I would, and I'm not being. I don't want to be too harsh on him because he's a City player at the end of the day. He might still be here by the end of the transfer window, and obviously, I do hope he does do well for us if he does stay. But I just think for me, his output's just not good enough.
I'm with you on it, bro. I'm with you on Savio thing. The only caveat I'd put there is, for me, I do want to see him on the left. Now, there seems to be conflicting reports. People have told me that he prefers to play on the right. Even if he does prefer to play on the right, I mean, someone needs to tell him that he's better on the left. From what we've seen, when he's played on the left for City and also a whole season at Girona on the left, he is better on the left. Now, if he doesn't go, I'd like to see him given an opportunity on the left. But this is what I've been saying, right? And I do get when people say, Daps, you're being a bit harsh on Savio because you haven't seen enough of Oscar Bob. I do agree with you, and I'm openly admitting that I am Oscar Bob FC, right? Yeah. I genuinely am, right? But if I take the sample size of Savio and the small sample size of Bob, there's already more for me in what I've seen of Bob, right, than what I've seen in Savio, right? Just little things like the fact he doesn't just cut in, he can cut in or he can go on the outside. The fact that the weight of his passes, it's the effectiveness of Bob for me. Yeah. It's like Savio might look better on the eye at times, although actually at times when Bob's got 5 people chasing him around the box, I don't know if even that is true, but I just think with Bob, you've seen effectiveness, right? With Savio, I don't see it. I don't see it.
For me, with Bob, prime example on Saturday, he could play wing or 10. When he was in the 10 position on Saturday, when he sort of switched it around a bit in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Look what he did for the goal for Reinders. That ball that he played in for Reinders was perfect for him. I mean, it was a fantastic finish. But Oscar Bob, I don't see Savinho doing that.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? Appreciate the super chat. So, did you guys know that he had more GA in the league over one season, Rodrygo, over any of his seasons? Rodrygo is a better player, but Savinho can reach him. Look, here's the thing. That was on the left-hand side. And that is what I'm saying, that if we do keep Savio and we don't go for Rodrygo, then I want to see him on the left-hand side because that's where those numbers came from. Right?
Yeah. I do. If you're going to play someone in the best position, it's like Grealish, for example. I'm just going to use Grealish. Last year, we played number 10 against Notts Forest, a goal, 2 assists.
Yeah.
And we never saw him there again.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And that's just an example. If you're going to buy someone, play him in the best position.
Yeah, and that's my thing. And that's where I guess... I think if we would have seen Savinho on the left last season, then Savinho would have higher numbers, right?
Mm.
And therefore, I'm saying, if we're going to keep him, play him on the left. If we're not going to play him on the left, we might as well sell him, right? Because I don't think he's it on the right. It just doesn't offer me, it doesn't. And sure, when people say, yeah, but he's only 20, 21, give him a couple of years, I hear it. But we are about to go in a title race, and I want numbers now.
Yeah. Lessons have got to be learned from last season.
Yeah.
Lessons have got to be learned. We saw when Doku and Savinho played together last year that it weren't effective. Haaland was basically a mannequin when they were playing.
Yeah.
Because all Savinho kept doing was cutting inside, having a shot, blazing over the bar 10 yards. And when we're all pissed off because he's blazed it over the bar. And Haaland's pissed off because he's not getting the service. So for me, even the second half of the season when Mamouche came in, Mamouche absolutely loves playing with Haaland, and Haaland loves the same. So you've got to look at, like, is Savinho in it for him or for the team? And for me, he wants to be the main man somewhere, and he is not going to be the main man at City. For me,
I see. This is the thing as well. I do change my opinion, right? Because I listen to what people say, I read things, and I think we should always be open to changing our opinions on things. Otherwise, again, we can't just be wrong and strong always. Sometimes it's good to be wrong and strong. But for me, Savio's shown signs that if it is true, I can't act like I know this factually, right? But from what we've seen, Savio has something like Savio is pushed for this move as well, reportedly, right? If he's pushing for this move, now it could be that he wants to double his wage. That's fair, right? That's valid. It could be that he wants to be a regular starting week in, week out, because there is going to be, right? Prime example is Richarlison. Richarlison right now is going to be doing everything. Sorry, bro, do you keep moving something?
Me?
Yeah, there's a scratch.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry about that. No, it's fine. But Richarlison, as an example, right? He's right now going to be probably playing out of his skin to get in that World Cup squad. So there could be an element of that with Savinho, but also it could be that Savinho doesn't back himself against Oscar Bob. Right. And also with the fact that if you think when we signed him, we didn't have Marmouche as well. Right. Yeah. We didn't have Cherky. With all these players in, is there an element of Savinho not backing himself? And if that is the case, I have to be consistent with what I've said in the past, that if a player doesn't back themselves at Manchester City, then it's fine to go.
Yeah. And also as well, I think in the back of players' minds is as well, Pep is going to leave not next season, but the season after.
Well,
we think he has. He's got 2 more years in his contract.
I thought he was, right? However, yesterday actually came out. So remember what Pep said, I think about a month ago. Pep said, when I leave Manchester City, I will be retiring. Right? And I said, right, yeah, that's 2 years' time max. And he's going. He's now come out and said, I didn't say that. I said, when I leave Manchester City, I'm retiring. I didn't tell you when I'm leaving Manchester City. I might. And this is, do you know what it is? The whole thing is, I think a year ago, Pep would have left, right? But now with this re-energy. He's back with his missus, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a good thing. If he's already thinking about, do you know what, I might stay here longer. We might have another divorce on our hands in a couple of years. And also with these new coaches coming in, he seems to have this new energy, and he's now saying, I might sign a contract extension. I personally don't think he will, but bro, I didn't think he would after 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years. So what do I know?
No, the fact is we don't know, and Pep's very unpredictable. If we're going off personal reasons, as his wife said, listen, end your contract, we'll go back to Barcelona together and run into the sunset together.
Yeah.
And retire, which would be fine. We've had a brilliant time with Pep, but you do wonder that some of these players do have in the back of their mind that Pep could leave in 2 years' time.
I think it's in some of their minds, 100%.
100%. But like I say, I think we're now, the way we're set up as a club now, even if Pep did leave in 2 years' time, whoever came in has got a brilliant project to work with and support. But listen, I hope Pep stays another 10 years. It's been some ride, and I hope he does. I hope he stays for as long as he can.
I'm gonna judge him after this year, me. I'm on Pep watch. And by the way, I'm not Pep out, and I will never be Pep. I will never be Pep out. I will never ever be Pep out. But if after this season, I will judge if maybe it's time for something new for Pep and for City. Right? I think. Let me be clear. I think that Pep is going to show us all, because all of this, he's lost it. I don't vouch for that at all, because we saw first season Pep, and then we saw second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth season Pep. I'm going to judge him on I think 7 of his 9 seasons. I'm going to judge him on, not 2 of them, right? And I think he's going to bounce back this season, but if he doesn't, it is a conversation. Sorry, another super chat really quickly. How do I put this up? There it is. Which one was it? He was the guy who assisted Haaland the most. All wingers are bad their first season. A player with this high of a ceiling on the bench ain't bad. I hear it, but if we're doing a player on the bench of this higher ceiling, then we could also say the same about Rodrygo, but he wouldn't be on the bench. For me, if we keep Savio, it must be on the left.
Yeah.
Like we have to give this guy a chance on the left, because the numbers you're talking about, bro, are all on the left-hand side. They're not on the right-hand side. Like last season, even if we look at last season, by the way, and you say, oh, but he was Haaland's highest assister, that still isn't good enough. No one was good enough last season assisting Haaland. So I'm not gonna look at that and go, oh well, based on that we should keep him. It wasn't good enough, and that doesn't mean we shouldn't sell Doku as well. By the way, if we get offered money for Doku, I would expect us to. But on this, right? Let's move on to this one. Fabrizio Romano has also reported this morning that he doesn't believe the Tottenham thing is fully dead and buried with Savio. He still thinks that it might have some legs. Now, what do you think on that? Do you think Tottenham are walking away from this, or?
I think Tottenham, it all depends with Eze. If Eze signs from Crystal Palace to Tottenham, then that for me spells that Savinho staying at City.
Nah, because I think they're going to play him centrally, bro. I think they're playing Eze centrally.
Well, it depends also on the fee. If Tottenham won't want to pay 60 million for Savinho and then 75 million for Eze, it's whether Tottenham have got 135 million to spend on players. I don't know. If Savinho went to Tottenham, I think if there is a ceiling to Savinho, which I don't know whether there is or not yet, if he does go to Tottenham, I do think he'll have more freedom to play from what he does at City. But I think there's a lot of dependence. In my opinion, I think there's a lot of dependence. if you want my 10 pence worth, I don't think I think City it'll stay at City at the end of the transfer window. I think he'll still be here. But I'd want him to. I won't cry if he left, but I still think he'll be a City. I still think he'll be a City player by the end.
See, right. So here's my thing. I'm not bothered about getting Donnarumma. I feel like me and you might be a little bit different. Do you want Rodrygo?
On my podcast, I said it before we went out for the end of the season. We said like who your dream transfers for each of our clubs that we support, and I said Rodrygo, but only because I didn't know what our transfer situation was going to be, and this was back in May. So I just thought we heard Rodrygo were unhappy in May. That's when we first heard about him. About it. And I thought, Rodrygo would be great at City, big moments, Champions League, ultra consistent. I don't know. Like I say, we're not going to get Rodrygo unless Savinho moves on. Yeah. But I do think we'll end up with Donnarumma, and I do think Ederson will move on.
See, if I had to pick one of the two, I'm more than happy with Trafford and Ederson. Me, I would want Trafford to be our number one for this season. I'm invested in Trafford, right? I am. If we get Donnarumma, why not? Because to bring in a world-class goalkeeper, I don't know, man. I'm hearing conflicting things. I can't act like I've watched Donnarumma enough. The one thing is, I do think that might block Trafford, but I would rather Rodrygo than Donnarumma by a country mile for me, like a country mile. Now, I am with you that I just have a feeling that Levy, like. So I don't know the structure of the Eze thing, but it's looking like the Eze thing is happening, right?
Yeah.
I know they're going to play Eze through the middle, and they want Savio to play on the left.
Yeah.
It's just so they've offered 70 million for Savio, but it's over. They're like trying to Klarna it. So they're trying to pay over 5 years. And Manchester City are being very, very really being stern with. I think that to be fair, I'm going to say with Levy, but it seems like with all sales, they're being pretty stern with what they want. Right. Yeah. As an example, only yesterday, Dortmund came in. You had Dortmund and you had Leverkusen. Both came in for Echeverri. Right.
Yeah.
Now, which one would you rather him go to off the top of your head?
I'd rather go Dortmund because Dortmund have got a history of proving the younger players. But now he's with Ten Hag at Leverkusen. So.
And well, that's the other thing. And it's not Ten Hag. So you definitely go with Dortmund. But Dortmund wanted what's it called? Basically an option to buy at the end of season, right? And City were very adamant, no. So they went with Leverkusen straight away, right? They seem very clear on, this is what we want for players. If you don't give us what we want, we're not going to sell him to you, right? And this has been, we've seen 2 bids from Tottenham. The first one was for 50, and literally straight away we got told, as far as we're concerned, matters are closed. No, he's not going anywhere, right? Yeah. They came back with 70 million. But over 5 years, City have gone back with, as far as we're concerned, that's not what we're asking for. We're asking for, but City had said we want over 50 million euros. They got offered 70 million euros, but still rejected it based on the terms, right? Now, I just worry that Levy will not back down, right?
Yeah.
And for me, while we're doing well with PSR, I'd actually take it. I'd say, do you know what? Fine. If you want to pay us over 5 years.
I think 70 million is a lot of money for Savinho.
It is. And this is the thing. It is. We don't need the money to beat PSR, right? And the other thing with me is, right, is if Pep has allowed it to get this far, if the board have allowed it to get this far, and if Savio has allowed it to get this far, then for me, not everyone's happy in this situation, right?
No. I think it said a lot on Saturday when he wasn't even on the bench. If there was a part of
apparently he was injured, to be fair. Again, do you believe but this is look, I've been told by somebody that's in the know that Ederson 100% was sick and that Savio was injured. Coincidences, I'm not sure where I sit with them. But that's what I'm being told, so I've got to take it at face value that he was injured. He was injured. I don't know. I I feel like there's.
Do you think both moves could happen? Do you think Rodrygo and Donnarumma?
Nah. No.
You don't think so? No possibility at all.
Do you know what? At this point, I don't trust Galatasaray one bit.
Where have they got all their money from, by the way?
Well, have they got any money?
Yeah, right.
You know when you know what? Sorry, just quickly, people. There's 300 people in here. The likes are only on 105. That's not going to help me later. So the likes, help to push this out to other people. Right now, it's not being pushed out to other people, and after the show ends, this is not going to be pushed out to other people. If all of you smash that like button right now, this is going to be pushed out to more people. More people will join the stream, and more people will watch it afterwards. So please, 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 please. Make sure you are checking your like buttons lit and light up if you haven't, and appreciate the redirect over from Mancunian Way. Right. So, what was I saying? What was I saying before?
Galatasaray money.
Right. So, you know how Barcelona always used to say they were interested in players, but then never bid on players.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like with Galatasaray going one step further, that Galatasaray are offering our players mad wages, but they're not offering us anywhere near enough for players. And it's just like, it's right. So you're making players unhappy, but you're actually not coming in and going, here, this is, Ederson, the first bid on Ederson was 3 million. Right, the second bid on Ederson's 10 million. Apparently, we want 35, which I do think is too high for Ederson. Yeah. But the same will probably happen with the Kanji. They've been after Kovacic. They've been after Gundo. But have they actually put any money on the table yet? That's where I don't trust them either.
It like you mentioned about Barcelona a minute ago, like it could be a case of, are they dripping and drapping with money? Are they getting bits and bops of money through a period of time? They haven't got 100 million in the kitty now, but it's almost like a promise, isn't it? I promise you that I'll pay 35 million for Ederson, but I'll give it over 3 months or something. It's a bit of a dodgy way of doing it.
Yeah. This is the thing. The fact that now they're over here to talk on Akanji. Maybe it is to talk on Akanji and Ederson. Now, I have been told that City Viana wants Ederson, Akanji, Kovacic, and potentially Gundogan. Oh, and Calvin Phillips. They're the 5 that he is interested in, that he wants to find a new club. Now, I have been told also that Gundogan maybe not so much. He's not so bothered about Gundogan, but Kovacic, Akanji, Ederson, and Calvin Phillips. Oh, and Ortega as well. They're the ones that he wants. He wants to find a new club.
Yeah, I think it's quite an awkward one for Ortega Moreno. This goalkeeping situation.
I don't get why no one's come in for him yet,
No, I think it's quite unnerving for him because he must be so confused. Because say for example, Ederson leaves, but Donnarumma doesn't come. City are in a position where they go, hang on a minute, he's still be our backup keeper.
Yeah. Well, I was convinced that if Ederson left, Ortega would go. Because he'd be like, right, at this point, I'm never going to be your first choice. But at the same time, I have said with Ederson, right, if you think about it, sorry, not with Ederson, with Ortega. Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, now you went off, mate.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what happened there. Sorry. Don't know what happened there. I can't see you. Yeah, can you see me now?
No.
People, surely you can see me. I can see myself.
Can't see you.
People, can you not see me?
I can see you now. See you now.
Right, yeah. Cool. Yeah, don't know what happened there. I just pressed. What happened there? Weird. Anyway, with Ortega, right? He is, I'm pretty certain he's 30, 31, right? Let me have a quick look. That's what I was about to do. Sorry. Ortega age.
I think he might even be 33, to be honest with
you. Is he 33? Hold on. It's telling me, it's showing me General Ortega. I was seeing 22. I was thinking, there's no way that he's... right.
Brilliant.
For fuck's sake. Manuel Ortega, 45. Nope. Fuck's sake. Come on. Manuel Ortega, the painter. Sorry. I'm spelling it wrong. That's one. Fucking hell. I'm thinking, hold on a second here. Nah, hold on. Manuel Ortega, Manchester City. Fucking hell. For God's sake. Oh, it's not Manuel, it's Stefan, that's why.
Stefan Ortega, yeah.
You should have corrected me on that one.
Sorry, I just thought you'd figure it out.
Stefan Ortega, right. Born in 92, so he is 33. Yeah, 33 in November. Right, so he's 33 in November. He's not really getting anywhere near the German national team at this point, right?
No.
So maybe he's quite happy to stay at City at this point.
Well, there was murmurs of Burnley, there was murmurs of Leicester, and they seem to have disappeared now. So in his case, it depends whether he's happy to be second, third goalkeeper. We've got Bettinelli now as well, you see, in the mix. And Bettinelli got brought in as a third goalkeeper. So City must be actively looking for Stefan Ortega Moreno to get a new club.
I think so, but I don't understand why. No, I mean 33 as a keeper, right? At the age of 32, 33 in November, right? He's gonna still have as a goalkeeper another 3 years at very least, right? I don't get why no one's come in for him. And for me, I think he got some pelters last season. I don't actually think he was as bad as people made out, because at the point where people were talking about, oh, you know, Ortega's not as good as people think, that was when the whole team was performing really, really badly. I actually remember saying on a show, you know, your team's in a bad place where even Ortega's form has dipped, right? Because his was probably the last form out of everyone to dip. But I don't know. It just seems very, very weird. He did get linked to Man United briefly. I can't lie. Man United could do with him. But yeah, it surprised me with him. But yeah. What do you think of Echeverri? Right, let's move on. What do you think of the Echeverri move?
Well, I am surprised. I thought Pep said that he wanted to try and find, well, not Pep, Viana wanted to try and find him a Premier League club.
Yeah.
Which would have been handy for us because it'll get him used to that league.
I like the thought of that.
When he came on in the FA Cup final, I thought, I know it was only for a short period of time, I thought he was unbelievable. I thought he should have scored.
Yeah,
he could have scored twice, to be honest with you. He could have been the hero, but he does look some player, and I think he is going to be part of City's squad. If it isn't next year, the year after that, he will be well in the plans.
I think the fact we didn't let him go to Dortmund with a option to buy tells you that City rate him, right? I personally think this is him. This is him driving this 100%. And it does make sense to me, right? If you're at Echeverri right now, if you go to... And one of the things, apparently, that was very important to Echeverri was he wanted Champions League football, right? Now, I get it. If you're Echeverri right now and you go to any team in Europe, play Champions League football and are a starter, then you can get in that Argentina team for the World Cup next summer, right? Now, I'm not saying it will be easy, but if you are an Argentinian player and you are playing in the Champions League and you perform well, then you can get in that World Cup squad. Now, if he stayed at City, his game time is going to be very limited. So I think this is him driving it. And I think the fact that Manchester City have been very clear with who they'll loan to and very clear that there is no option to buy, right? This is not any doubt in him. This is the only doubt we have at this point is how much game time we get in this Manchester City squad. Now, this is where I know a lot of people are saying, oh, but, you know, Daps, he should stay and be integrated into this team. We have that many players at the moment that if he stays, his game time will be limited. So I don't think this is him. I don't think this is a club. I think this is him saying to the club, please, don't. This is World Cup season, right? After this, we've got 4 years till the next World Cup. Integrate me then. Right now, let me go out on loan. Let me prove it. Let me prove how good I am to my national team. Yeah. And then I'll come back. So I don't think I'm really happy with this move. The only thing that I think sours it is I would have liked it to have been Dortmund, but if Dortmund wanted an option to buy, I get why we've gone with Leverkusen. But this isn't Leverkusen under Alonso. This is Leverkusen under fucking Eric Ten Hag, which.
What I will say about Ten Hag is before he did go to United, with Ajax, he was brilliant with young players. And that Ajax
fair
squad,
point.
That
fair,
Ajax
very fair point.
And we are giving Ten Hag a reputation of Man United. Whether it's unfair to judge him on that, I'm not so sure.
It is a fair point. You know, when you look at Ajax, he did develop young players there.
Yeah, he did, and I hope he does develop Echeverri, and I hope he does give him the game time that he needs. But in terms of Echeverri, I think. Ask every player. They want Champions League football. Everyone wants Champions League football. Yeah. You rely it. If you say you don't, you're not bothered. Everyone wants it. He's such a young man who's not even broken to the City team yet.
Yeah.
Is it a case of wanting too much too soon? I don't know how good. We don't really know for sure how good he actually is.
We don't.
From the time we've seen, he looks exciting. But like I say, let's see what he does at Leverkusen this season. He's going to be playing against some tough opponents as well with Bayern and Leipzig and Dortmund. He's going to be playing against some good players, so let's judge him when we see him.
I really do think at this point it's the perfect move for him. And I think this is a perfect move for Echeverri this season, right? Because if he stays at City, he will not get enough game time. This is a season where everyone, I mean, is this the reason why Savio's looking to go out? This is World Cup season, people, right? In a player's lifetime, what you get, 4-8, you probably get 3-4, unless you're Ronaldo, some superhuman, you get 3 or 4 World Cups maximum in your career, right? So I think for Echeverri right now, and to be fair for City, because he is going to get plenty of game time, right? So, yeah, I'm happy for him. And the other one is Naipan to Middlesbrough as well.
That seems to have come out of nowhere.
Yeah, actually, do you know what, people? Fucking hell, do you know what we have not got to the bottom of?
Go on.
Hold on, I'm going to type it. Can anyone guess what I'm about to type?
I can't.
Right, so I'm gonna give you some ideas. I'm gonna give you some thoughts, people. We are currently talking about Echeverri being loaned to Leverkusen, and we are talking about. No, it's not going to be 115. Yes. Everyone's getting it. Everyone is getting it. Where is it? Can you remember when we bought Cherky?
Oh, did they get promised? Because McAtee got linked a little bit there, didn't he, as well? There was a few younger players getting linked. It might have been part of the deal.
We promised them that we would loan them a player. That was what we got told.
And who? I mean, it's just, if anyone was going to go, it would have been Naipan. But
so Naipan, Echeverri, Juma Bar, and Vitor Hayes were the 4 that everyone thought it was going to be. And we ain't loaned them anyone yet.
Who do you think it'll be?
Calvin Phillips.
Well,
at this point, it's genuinely we haven't loaned him anyone yet. Savinho. Fuck Tottenham's money, we'll loan him for free.
Or Sega Moreno.
Hold on, is this another one? Yeah, we were supposed to play a pre-season game. Is this what City are doing? We're going around making promises.
I hope so.
We're making promises to everyone about things we'll do, and then actually going, nah, not really.
More piss boiling.
Yeah, we haven't loaned him anyone yet. It's interesting. The other one that looks really good to me, from what I've seen, is that young American kid.
Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, he looks quality. Him. I mean, we're not going to see him for a good couple of years yet, but he looks really, really good. Really good.
He reminds me of obviously not seeing him play properly in a match, but when you see all the social media things, he just reminds me of like a young Neymar, like like street footballer, all the tricks in the book.
Yeah, he really does. Looks phenomenal.
Yeah, he does. That is definitely one to. I mean, he was up in my neck of the woods for a pre-season friendly when the under-21s played at Buxton.
Surely?
At Buxton.
Oh, Buxton. Oh, I didn't see that. Right, okay.
Yeah. My brother and my brother and my nephew went up and watched it, and he got a picture of him and watched him. He scored in the game. He scored. And he was our Chris said he was unbelievable in that game. Absolutely unbelievable.
Dens. Why are you called Dens? Your name's Dan. Right? Stop calling yourself Dens. Is there any truth to what you've just put there? Because it could be him, But he's still, I swear he's still on. Isn't he still only 15?
He's 15, yeah.
People, Sunderod just asking who this is. So Niall's going to be on did we agree? We didn't agree. Every Monday evening.
Yeah. Yes, Monday
evening. Yes. Every Monday evening. Niall's going to be on with me now. So you made it up. Brilliant. You're worse than these people with these bombers. Right. Let's talk quickly. Are you going on? I presume you're going on Saturday. Yeah,
going Saturday. Looking forward to it. Be a good game. Tottenham, always a tough game for us for some reason.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm happy we're playing Tottenham without. So at this point, I'm hoping they won't have Eze over the line. Right. They haven't got some replacement in yet. And Kulusevski's injured.
Are you just trying to eliminate all our bogeys?
Look, I'm happy we're playing them now and not once, because I can't lie. I said this yesterday. I feel like I really rate Thomas Frank. Firstly, I think Thomas Frank is an absolute quality manager. Remember what Pep said? I think last season Pep said he's a manager that's going to be very difficult to prize away from Brentford because he's happy there. But when he leaves Brentford and goes to a better club, you're going to be shocked at what he can achieve. Right now, if I look at Tottenham at the moment and what they're building, I actually think they're going to. If they get the players that they're being linked with, so let's say they get Savio, they get Eze, right? Yeah. They'll then have Savio, Eze, Kudus, Solanke or Richarlison, Brennan Johnson on the right, Kulusevski, and Polina, right? They've managed to tie down Romero to another season. Romero, Van der Ven. On the left, they've got Udogi. On the right, they've got Porro. And then they've also got Jed Spence as a backup, right? Now, I think best 11, they're doing something. They're cooking something there. Like a bit like Newcastle. Newcastle's best 11. We all know Newcastle's best 11. I just think their squad's not good enough.
I do think Tottenham will be around the top 6 this year.
Yeah.
They'll be definitely back in the top 6 for me. I think Thomas Frank is a brilliant manager. They're obviously not done spending. They've got an unbelievable unbelievable centre half pairing with Romero and Van der Ven. If they stay fit.
If they stay fit and they stay unsuspended, right?
Yeah.
Those two are quality, yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, Van der Ven for me is he's been touted the quickest centre half in the league.
Yeah. I like Van der Ven. It's just his injuries. I like him a lot. I think he's good.
He's the hardest defender to play against in the league. I do think City will get a result on Saturday. I do think we'll beat him. But I think it's going to be very, very close. I think Tottenham have got to defend well because the way City were moving the ball last weekend, very quickly, very slick. It looks like we've got a new style of play in a way. It doesn't seem like we are playing like we have been sort of last 3, 4, 5 seasons. It seems to me as if we are the counter attacks are quicker. We're not sort of holding the ball as long. We are getting a wide option.
We're not passing sideways. It's not slowing. When we're getting the ball, we're not slowing the game down and passing it sideways. It's like we're moving with conviction, right? Yeah. And do you know what? We had this conversation yesterday a bit that I've already seen. People starting to say, "Oh, it's Pep Linders and Liverpool." It's a bit like Trent. Apparently, is the first fullback to ever invert, right?
Yeah,
or to ever bomb forward. Sorry. I feel like Liverpool and Liverpool's fans and the media want to push this narrative that this is all Pep Linders. But if you actually go back to like 2018, 2019, 2020, right? We were playing a similar style then.
Yeah.
You think about it, with Sane and Sterling, we weren't dilly-dallying on the ball. It was very direct, and with Aguero, it was very, very direct. So I do think this isn't the media are going to push. This is all Pep Linders, but Pep's played football like this before. But it was very obvious to see, right? It was far more direct, far more direct, and refreshing.
Yeah, of course. I think we did need to change it up a bit.
Yeah,
and what Pep, I think, has learned in himself that he does need to adapt to certain situations as well. I think one of the, for me, the biggest problem we had even last season, we were fantastic going forward. Even last season, I thought at times we were great going forward, especially the second half of the season, but we just can't defend.
Yeah.
And I think if we have a solid back four, that right back spot there, that is Rico Lewis's. If he can defend and strong, that's his. There's no question about it.
I think if we're playing, with Bob or Savio, or anyone that's going to hold the width, then I think that it really could be Rico Lewis's, right? Yeah. But I do question that in Champions League. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he's strong enough for the Champions League. But in games where we're going to have most of the ball, and we're playing with a winger, I think it really can be Rico Lewis's, and I'm cool with that. I think if we're playing with more of a Foden or a Cherky that are going to drift inside a bit, I think then maybe we might see Núñez, because then Núñez will provide that width down the right hand side. And as far as with centre backs, Bo, I just really, it's mad because I love Guardiola, right? But give me one more year of John Stones fully fit.
Yes.
Right. One more year of John Stones fully fit for me. And let's throw it back to John Stones, Ruben Diaz, first season Ruben Diaz, right?
Yeah.
Let's throw it back to that, because I think that when we can be on to something. And with Guardiola as backup to John Stones.
I think I have no issue. If Pep wants to keep a solid back four, for me, John Stones has shown that he can do it at right back as well. He's shown it. He was solid, and he was an inverted fullback as well. He could play inside. He's good with the ball. And if we do end up with Guardiola and Diaz, Ignore at left back and Stones at right back, I'm cool with that. I think that's a very, very solid back four. Stones in a slouch. I just hope that these injuries now just stop for him. I just hope they do for him, because he's fantastic. He's fantastic.
Well, World Cup season, right? We know he loves playing for England. I think there's no coincidence. Right, when I saw Thomas Tuchel turn up to training on Sunday, I thought, for fuck's sake, John Stones is gonna be fit against Tottenham. He's gonna be fit against Brighton. He's gonna go away to play for England, and he's going to pick up an injury, right?
Yeah.
England are going to play him in both games. He's going to get injured in the second one.
Yeah.
It's just what happens. It always happens. It's the curse of John Stones. But right, people, we are going to leave it here. We are going to redirect over to Never a Foul, where I will be going live. Please make sure you are checking out www.okjersey.com. All your latest and old and concept football kits and training tops as well. £15 a piece. Mine are on the way. As soon as I get them here, I'm going to show you all them so that you can know and see they are perfect replicas. Notice I use the term replica. Yeah. Notice I use, listen, it's £15, people. It's £15, but they are perfect. We are back tonight, 9 p.m, a new panel show. It's going to be myself, Hamza, Jacob Barlow, and Patrick. Every Wednesday at 9 p.m. So 9 p.m, head back for that one. It's going to be blockbuster. You already know what to expect from Hamza. No, anything that you need to give a shout out?
Yeah, I've got a podcast called The Beautiful Game Pod. It's on Instagram, Facebook, and X. We are Derbyshire based. We do get footballers, managers, coaches on, referees, to try and get all the sort of the topics that we want to talk about. This week we've got former Blackburn, Wigan, and now Buxton player Luke Brennan on the show. He was a brilliant guest, so really looking forward to you guys hearing that. But yeah, give us a like, give us a share in The Beautiful Game Pod. Yeah, give us a share. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Right, people, as I say, we will be back at 9 p.m. tonight with Mr. Blockbuster himself. Where is he? Where is he? Here he is. Hamza, Patrick, and Jacob. It's going to be heated.
He's here! And the crowd are going wild! Father and son reunited! Simply the best! And that is the picture of the year. So